Right, so welcome back to the Dark Souls guide.
And this is what, part 13 now?
It doesn't matter what part it is, it's Painted World, let's do this.
Yeah, so first of all, what I wanted to do is wanted to show you that you can feed Frampt some items if you need extra souls. We wanted to level up a little bit, so we fed him a couple of things and then that gave us enough souls to level our intelligence up to 10. Right now we're making a start and level our intelligence up to 14, so we can use the cast light spell, which we'll get in the next video, I think, actually.
Yeah, should be, because we're going to pick it up on the way to Smash and stuff.
So then, the cast light spell is incredibly handy. Obviously, you can sell the silver coins. They are essentially...
You can sell the silver coins, the gold coins, the copper coins. They're all completely useless. They are literally in the game for nothing more than feeding the Frampt for souls.
At least that's what it seems like, anyway.
Yeah, if you take the Dark Wraith route, then the coins are completely useless to you, so tough. Oh yeah, another thing you can do with Frampt, you can feed them Titanite. What happens when you feed them a Titanite, it breaks it down to 3 of these smaller Titanite chunks. So if you feed them a Titanite chunk, it breaks down to 3 large shards. If you feed them a large shard, it breaks them down to 3 Titanite shards.
Exactly.
White Titanite, blue Titanite, they get broken down into green. Yeah, any of the colour Titanites get broken down into green Titanite in the end. Because it goes... Red Titanite gets broken down into green Titanite shards because there isn't any large green shards, so there's nothing else for it to break into. So at this point, I'm gonna turn your laptop off of silent mode.
Why?
Because the video is getting unbearable to try and keep up with. So yeah, we're in Anor Londo. Yeah, I'm turning your laptop off silent mode. Yeah, the video's been getting really choppy and I just cannot watch it. I can't tell what we're doing.
Right, okay, that's fair enough then.
We just teleported in front of a moving bridge.
Okay, so obviously you take the thing down, make it spiral down, the spiral corkscrew stairs thing, and then
pull the lever, the stairs come down, then you've got a free walk up to the Painted World. You don't need to touch the bridge again, the Painted World is on. You come up here, there it is.
Yeah, so you want to walk into the bottom floor here, which leads into the chapel, which obviously you saw that in the Anor Londo video, and obviously now you're still wearing the Ring of Fog.
And you get the Lightning Halberd.
The Painted Guardians are absolutely no hassle whatsoever.
Yeah, none at all. So now we're gonna beast through here because you want to kill that guy and you can run past the rest of them.
Now remember, in the last video, well not last one, in the Asylum video, we picked up the Peculiar Doll. Now you'll need to get that.
So you can get in here. Yeah,
so the Peculiar Doll essentially gives you the prompt that you press X to actually get into the painting.
Yeah, you can press X, but it just comes up like a rather large painting or something like that. Once you get the Peculiar Doll, you'll get this cutscene where you are dragged into the painting. You know, Dark Souls has this really weird infatuation with dragging you through into different dimensions. It's not just walk through a door, because you get dragged
Super
into
Mario 64.
Yeah, you get dragged into the Painted World and you get dragged into Lucille.
It's true.
So yeah, so Painted World, there we go. It's just this giant rock of snow.
So I thought I was smart and thought you could go down there and get extra items, and I was like, oh cool, but nah, you can't. There's no items here.
There's nothing there.
But it starts you off with a handy dandy bonfire, and I think the first thing we want to do is open up the shortcut.
Yeah, I was quite happy when I noticed that this was actually doable in the Painted World. You'll see the shortcut, it's quite a good one. It gets these doors open instantly, essentially.
Yeah, in 20 seconds if you just run past the enemies. Obviously we're going to take care of them.
Yeah.
And there's a lot, and I mean a lot of good items in the Painted World. And we're going to show you how to get all of them.
Yeah, they do have quite a bit of value to them. I mean, there is all of the black set.
The red set, the red soapstone for PvP, some pyromancies, a whole load, and I mean so many soul packets.
Yeah, quite a lot of soul packets. So.
Plus, the Painted World Ariamis actually hosts by far the most valuable... I'm
going to mention this now. Try and take these guys down with fire or a weapon that uses fire, so a fire sword or a chaos sword or something like that, or any sort of pyromancy, because if you take them down with fire, these guys don't release their toxic smoke. If you kill these guys using normal means, so not using fire or not using... not using a fire or chaos weapon, this happens. When they die, they burst into a toxic cloud, and if you're caught in that, you're immediately toxic and you need to consume a blooming purple moss, which
the
is
thing
just
is, though, you can I backstabbed him and walked into his corpse as it released this toxic
Yeah,
stuff.
if you backstab them, you're safe, but it's much safer to just use pyromancy or some sort of fire or chaos weapon.
Yeah. So we want to just get the item out of this one tower, just done with immediately. So the first thing we want to do is just go down to the bottom of it. I can't remember what the item is.
White rats down here. I think it's painted with Guardian set. Is it not?
No, it isn't. It's I think maybe a humanity.
Oh yeah, painted Guardian set.
Oh no, it's a soul packet.
Yep. Painted Guardian set is in the other room with all the white rats.
Yeah.
Alright, so the next objective now is to get to the top of this tower because we need to go that way to open the door. So you've already jumped in here, you've got this item. What we're going to do is that little ledge right in front of us on the left here, we're going to jump over that and I'm going to show you exactly how. You're going to want to run and aim for the corner because this works all the time if you can get the jump time properly. So up here...
Which you should do, it's an easy enough jump.
Up here...
There's plenty of leeway.
Yeah. There should be a soul pack up here.
There should be.
And what happens when you touch that soul packet is you end up getting the harpies to come over. So you'll see them flying over. As you can see, we're just standing here waiting for them to like take off so we can... Yeah, there's one, and the other one will be flying in there. So we're going to take these guys out quickly because these guys do a ton of damage.
Two chaos fireballs taking out, I'm sure. Nope.
Yeah, it would have been... No, it would have been...
They do have quite a lot of health. Right, so you want to...
drop down here, grab this item. Dried Finger. What that does, it's a multiplayer item. If you've just been invaded and you like being invaded, I suppose, what happens is when you kill someone who invades you, you get a cooldown timer put on your game so you can't be invaded again instantly. Dried Finger completely resets that timer.
Yeah.
So if you've killed an enemy who's invaded you, use the Dried Finger, you can be invaded instantly again as opposed to waiting for the clock. So you've got to run and sprint off here, aim for the corner, and you'll bounce, and that's you. In the courtyard, doors are opened, and that's you got the shortcut unlocked instantly instead of having to go through the entire painted world, which is really convoluted.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the easiest way of doing this. It means if you die, you can just go straight back to where you were.
Yep. And now that we've got this bonfire unlocked, I mean, the only thing that we're going to do now is we're actually going to go through the painted world the proper way so you can see how to get down there.
Yeah.
So we're going to do the exact same thing we done last time, clear up these little hollows down here and then proceed on past where the room with the white rats was. And
there are numerous ways of like falling down into the courtyard, but that's generally just like the easiest and fastest way to do it.
It's the earliest opportunity you've got to bounce into the courtyard.
Yeah.
And it really is the easiest shortcut. I mean, there is one just slightly ahead, but if you're going for style points, then that's the way.
The one slightly ahead you end up being attacked by the
phalanx.
Yeah, so this way it means you don't get attacked either. And it means that you don't have to work your way through these enemies as well. Yeah. It's just a whole lot less hassle.
I wonder if the partisan would. I wonder if you'd be able to hit these. No, it would be the pike actually. I wonder if you'd be able to hit these guys with the pike and avoid the toxic because of the length of it.
Like I guess you could.
You could try it with the Dragon Slayer spear. You can drop off this bridge to the left. By the way, you survive the fall if you're at full health because fall damage percentile. So you'll always survive that fall. And what you're going to want to do then is run to the courtyard doors.
I had an interesting idea. If you had the spider shield and a spear, you could probably keep the shield up and use the spear to hit the bloated enemies and wouldn't take any toxic damage because of the spider shield.
No, you would because it's a toxic fog and that would go behind you as well.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Because when you die you end up inside the fog because like the fog erupts and does like AoE so you're like right next to it. Maybe if you kill them and then roll back quick enough you might avoid it, but I'm fairly sure that if you stay in the fog even with the spider shield you'll get fucked.
Well, I guess you can always try that one out if you want.
Yeah, I mean, it is something for us to test, I suppose.
So next there is this entire building which contains a few, or this area, which contains a few items.
You're going to cut this down. And so that's going to drop an item into the courtyard. In here, it's just a couple of it's just the one hollow and then two more appear from behind you. Now that item you've seen down the bottom there, that was Velka's rapier. You can get to it from here using the Dark Wood Grain Ring, but it's a risky jump. So we're going to proceed on as normal and go up through this way. Now the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to get up into the rafters because you want to get up here because there's a couple of items up here that are pretty nice. Now this jump is a little difficult because of the camera angle, but you can jump directly across there. So yeah, you see me do my usual trick apart from there. But yeah, my usual trick is just spin in a circle then run and sprint over it.
Yeah.
It works a lot. I use it whenever I collect the wolf ring. I use it. In fact, I probably used it in the video.
I think you did.
Yeah, I always do it now, just to
There we
have
go.
it.
That's the jump done. And now we're on this side of the rafters. We can go down to the other side and get the egg vermifuge, which
Yep.
we don't currently do.
This
So we'll get that in a second.
yeah, you want to go down this way. This leads you to the Painting Guardian set. It's a dead end, so you just get out of the way, grab the Painting Guardian set, and that's you sorted.
Is this
Painting Guardian set is it's a
one of the
decent set.
it isn't really. It's one of the lightest sets in the game. It's one of the sets that you'd use to offset some min max, and where it's
Yeah.
like I'm totally full on my weight capacity, but I have 0.8 to spare, and nothing else will work, so I can just put this on.
Yeah, the Painting Guardian set is incredibly light. It doesn't offer any good defences in the terms of poise or physical or elemental or anything like that. It's just a light armour. Alright, so what is it we're doing now?
Well, right now I believe we would be off to be getting. Okay, all I can say is the next item. Okay, right. So right now it's the egg
moss.
vermifuge.
Is it vermifuge?
Yeah.
Egg vermifuge.
And then after that, I think it might be the red sign stone. But yeah, right. So
That's a little soul packet.
yeah. Just make sure you watch out for this hollow, because sometimes you can just run and get the packet and the hollow will jump out and hit you as you're picking it up.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
Also, be careful of the Valkyries as well. They do quite a bit of damage.
Valkyries, like the
The
poor
harpies,
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
the harpies. Alright, so you're able to grab both these items in the one run. Go for the back one first, because it's much quicker. Yeah, it's the blood shield, and I believe it's the soul packet, and then just keep running.
No, you should get the soul packet, then the blood
No,
shield.
get the blood shield first, because then you need to stop at the soul packet, then stop at the blood shield, and it means you've lost time by stopping.
Or is it just if you're on it? Alright, okay.
Yeah, just run straight up and grab the blood shield first, 'cause it means you're not stopping halfway.
Yeah, so that's if you can't be bothered killing this thing,
And
but it
this is how
is
you kill it.
really easy.
Yeah, you jump down a side and you wait for it to throw down its poison thing, and then you run straight down the middle and hit it.
Yeah,
And
so
once you've hit it, you just recycle it. You'll see me do it here. Be careful though, if you do get too close to it, it will swipe at you with claws,
again,
and it can headbutt you.
the running attacks with the halberd make for easy work, but yeah, you can also do it on the arms, where you just alternate, get the arm, it'll spew on you, run around, hit its head.
It really is, whichever's more convenient. I probably should have ran in and got hit in the arm there, but you know, it's just a matter of time before I've killed the dragon anyway.
Yeah,
So I missed that.
somehow. Literally like missing a barn door.
Yeah, I know. God damn it. So yeah, this fight goes on for a few minutes, just because this
few
is
minutes, I think
the
this might be the
safest
last
way to. This is the
Still not
safest way
dead.
to kill it. Nah, it's still not dead yet. Yeah, some of the poison lingers for some reason, and also you can't stand on those stairs because the poison from the middle hits you. Somehow it just hit boxes around corners and shit. That's it.
So there you go, that's that thing dead.
Drops the
and
dragon scale for you, and dead ahead is the shortcut. If you want to exit the painted world right now, then you go straight through the shortcut, jump attack the body, run straight ahead, and you then go to Priscilla.
Yeah, you should actually emphasise that. To
Yeah.
get these legs to stand up, you need
Jump
to
attack.
jump attack it. Any
Yeah.
other attack won't work, you need to jump it.
So that allows you to drop down and go straight ahead through onto Priscilla, whose boss fog's at the end there, but we're not finished picking stuff up. Priscilla is one of the only bosses in the game where upon entering the boss fog you get an option to fight or to leave. Priscilla doesn't want to fight you. You can choose to fight Priscilla, in which case do as much damage in your first attack as you can, because she then goes invisible and you can't damage her while she's transitioning.
And we'll show you that later on anyway.
But she does allow you to, if you walk right past her and jump off the edge of the bridge, she does allow you to leave the painted world peacefully.
You do need to talk to her before you do that, by the way.
Yeah.
You can't just jump off.
Yeah, talk to her first.
So
Also, make sure you grab everything you want to grab before you come back here, because the painted world bonfire is locked off from every other bonfire. The only way to exit the painted world is through Priscilla's boss arena.
yeah,
So just make sure you've grabbed everything you want to grab before you leave here. There is still the Xanthus set we have to pick up. We've still to kill King Jeremiah. We have also got all the Velka gear, the black set and the Velka rapier. And I believe we've also got the Dark Ember to pick up as well still, and
Yeah.
quite a few soul packets along the way.
there is a good amount of soul packets here, and I'm pretty sure we also show you the farming technique as well at the end. This can only be done if you're a pyromancer,
Yeah.
but it is by
As long
far.
as you've got a big AoE spell. I mean, you could use the Gravekeeper's Sword Dance.
Oh yeah, you could do that. As
You
well.
could use Gravelord's Sword Dance if you're a faith build. It's really as long as you've got some sort of AoE spell. Now you can't actually hit these guys while they're up there for some reason. They just
Yeah.
don't take it.
nothing even happens for some reason. But yeah, so that's the red sign soapstone. It's a very valuable item.
And a few of you would have spotted the item that's directly underneath us. Yet, don't worry, we didn't forget about that.
We didn't forget about anything. Believe me, if it looks like we missed something,
I've spent
we get
enough
it.
time in the painted world. I know where everything is in the painted world.
Even the things that you think that we don't know where they are, we get them.
Yeah, I know what that is over there, and I'll go and get it, and we're going to go get it in a minute.
Then why don't you tell me what that is over there then?
Over there would be the black set.
It's either that or the rapier.
No, that's Velka's armour, because the rapier is at that little... it's at the end of the little bridge, in the first room where we fought all the bloatheads.
Ah, right.
When you take the way off to the right, it's got the undead archer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the rapier's just down behind them.
So there's another fog here.
Which is,
normally
you'd be coming
the other way. I mean, I think that's where it was more or less intended, but coming this way is still fine, whatever.
Yeah. So there's an item round here, which not a lot of people know. We didn't know about this until we actually looked up for the guide. But yeah, we managed to find this Soul of Brave Warrior, and there should be another soul packet in humanity around here. Is it soul packet or is it?
It's a rare ring of sacrifice.
Oh yeah.
Or a ring of sacrifice.
Yeah, ring of sacrifice, useless, completely useless. So what we're going to do now is we're going to boost back to the bonfire. Oh no, we're going to go down and clear out the underground.
Okay. Did we?
Oh no, we've not cleared out the underground.
Oh no, we're going to show you the actual way.
Oh yeah. So that is one way down. That takes you into the little maze. It's down
what's
below.
It called?
Can't remember.
It's like a dungeon area. I don't know what the actual name would be. But yeah, it takes you down into this underground area. Now this has a bunch
The Ring of Fog is invaluable here because there are loads of bone meal skeletons in your aggro, multiples of them if you're not wearing it, so you just want to get close, step to the side as soon as they whiz past you, two-hand your halberd and jab into them when they stop.
Yeah,
The Ring of Favour making it so easy because you won't the Ring of Fog, making it easy because then you won't aggro more than one at a time. So
yeah, there's been several times in this game where the Ring of Fog has been by far the best ring to have in a certain area, and this is just one of them.
And if you did make the Lightning Halberd, you'll notice every time you poke one of them they stagger more or less because they fall apart. That's just because the Lightning Halberd does so much damage. So yeah, you just want to sidestep them, follow them down, and then getting about them as soon as they stop rolling or as soon as they can't turn to injure you anymore.
Yeah, again, even if you're not wearing the Ring of Fog, a high stability shield is also an incredibly useful thing to have here, because
you really do want to get out of the way, because if they hit your shield, they're going to drain your stamina completely, they're going to break your guard, and they're just going to keep going until they hit you 9 times out of 10 it kills you. They really are dangerous.
Yeah, so it's
high stability helps because it gives you might be able to outlast it if you've got full health and full stamina. With a high stability shield you might be able to outlast the roll.
Yeah.
But it really does just hack away at your stability, something fierce.
So once you've taken care of all the bone meal skeletons, you can then move on to collecting the items that are down here. I think this might be the last one.
A couple of soul packets, I believe. We've still to get the annex key. We've still to get the...
Still to unlock the other way out that isn't from the dragon.
This is how you unlock the normal way to Priscilla, by the way, as well. You do have to come down here because there's a winch right there. What that does is it turns the statue and opens the doors, as the cutscene will now demonstrate. Pass me the juice.
I'm really proud of this guide. I feel like we've actually contributed something to somebody somewhere.
Well, we know at least one person on YouTube likes it.
Yeah.
We know that much. So, I mean, you can appreciate that some of our views will probably be recurring views because they'll be coming back to watch like another half it because we're doing it section by section. They may not want to watch it to do the entire thing because they'll probably turn it off when they stop playing if they're doing it. Like, at the same time as
they'll
us.
just look up to see the bit that is they want to do.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine.
Yeah, I mean, definitely watch these guide videos as much as you like. It can take you a couple of views. It could take you. You might not even need it, but still, it's interesting. As you've seen there, you can get trapped in that, so be careful because it does hit all around it.
And up here takes you to get the Flame Surge Pyromancy, which is very underrated.
Oh yeah, it's very good. This Pyromancy, you essentially turn your arm into a flamethrower and you can walk while casting it, and it's just a constant barrage of fire coming out in front of you, so in PvP you can walk towards people and fire surge them.
Now,
we did have a pack mule build where we stacked 6 fire surges, wore giant's armour, and then just walked towards them, burning them down. It was hilarious because they just stood there as if what's going on, but as soon as they hit them once that was game over. So this guy's a little bit tricky because he's right at the end of the hallway, so you want to lure him out, and we got lucky, he didn't actually roll instantly, so If it does roll instantly though, you just duck back into that little hallway where you came from in that shoe. So we've got the Annex key, that will give us access to getting the black set and the Dark Ember as well.
Yeah, the Annex key essentially lets you collect the rest of the items which are in this area. Now, as you can see, there is like a bunch of like invisible.
You can't
walls,
get lost in here anyway because all of them lead. It's just like grid.
Yeah,
so like
it's not actually like a maze. It's just like two
it all leads
crisscrossing
back
lines.
into itself. Yeah.
And then up here is
the ladder to the courtyard.
Yeah, that's the well that we were going to go down, but now we're coming out.
So I believe our next move then would be to go to the Annex.
So watch out for these Phalanx, which are a throwback enemy from the
Demon Souls boss.
Demon Souls, yeah.
The boss in the first
so,
area.
Just to make a point, this has one snowy level in the game, and it has footprints. In Skyrim, the entire map is covered in snow, and there isn't any footprints.
Yeah.
Arseholes a lot.
It would only be better if the new Call of Duty game had footprints on their snow maps. It would only be better if that was the case. So this guy here, he's got quite a distance on us, so we're going to charge him because these guys also throw pyromancy, so we're going to try and kill them as quickly as possible. Yeah, they throw. Sometimes they hit you with fireballs and shit like that. Have you never been hit by a fireball? Have you never seen them throw it? I'm sure they try to throw one at me in here. Yeah, see? So we're down to 2 combustions, so I'm just trying to get in close and finish it and then get away before we get toxic.
So yeah, I mean you can hit them normally and just roll away really quickly, but
so upon landing in this area, harpies will come down just as you grab the black orb, I believe.
Not black orb, black.
The dark ember.
Yeah.
So you just want to be careful with these guys because they do a ton of damage if they do land on you. That where they jump into there, they try and land on you. That's their version of a grapple. If they do land on you, they hit you for a little bit of damage as they attack you over and over again. But they're not much of a difficulty considering you've got the lightning halberd and you'll have all the stamina you need to light roll with the equipment you've got by now.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just you just need to with these 2 enemies at this point, just take your time.
Yeah.
Keep your distance. Attack when you can.
A lot of the enemies in the painted world, it's all just about personal conservation, provided you can not get hit often, and you can keep your distance, keep yourself within the halberd's 1-hit range. Then you'll outlast them, and that's all you really need for most of the enemies in the painted world. So this here,
the harpy guy dropped a souvenir reprisal. Now what they're used for is it's an item that you can collect in PvP to upgrade the Dark Moon Covenant. But
black set.
It was a black set, but
avoid that hole. It's just a drop to your death. It's an auto dead zone.
Don't.
So that's Vow of Silence. What Vow of Silence does is you need quite a high amount of faith for it. I believe you need the high 20s, low 30s for it. What that does is that stops all spell casting in the area for 30 seconds in an AoE area around you. So if you are playing a bit of an anti-mage, then you can sprint in, cast your Vow of Silence. It stops their sorcerers from casting, and then you're just free to go about attacking them with all your high damage weapons. So this is Velka's Rapier behind the broken door. Velka's Rapier, it's an occult rapier. It scales off of intelligence, I believe. But it is an occult weapon, which means it deals dark damage, so it deals more... What is it occult deals more damage to again?
I think it's either more damage to holy enemies.
No, holy enemies... The divine weapon type does holy damage to skeletons.
Which means...
The occult does extra damage to something as well. I think it's to demons or... I can't remember. But it does do extra damage to something. It does an extra 110 dark damage against certain enemies.
So yeah, there's another one of these incredibly hidden soul packets that are in this area.
And as you can see, that was just the walkway to Velka's Rapier. Now the only way down from here is to go back, all the way back to the room with the Painting Guardian set and the white rats.
Just dropping down here, and then we're off to get the rest of the items.
Yeah, the Painted World has a lot of to and fro when it comes to grabbing everything. You do need to backtrack every now and again.
Yeah, it's just it's really more layers as opposed to actual,
Yeah, I believe the only items we need to grab now, I believe is just killing King Jeremiah. And then grabbing all the items around about the graveyard in that area. I know in fact there's down here, I forgot the white rats. Yeah, I forgot there's an item down here. I can't remember what it is though. It's down here because I know there's the rats. Oh, is it not? It's a pyromancy, is it not?
I guess we'll see.
Because we have to jump over. Because I remember having to jump over a platform at the top of these stairs. I think it might have been for a pyromancy.
Oh no, It's for a gold coin.
Oh yeah, that's the one. So yeah, the gold coin up here. It can be a tricky jump if you're not used to Dark Souls camera angles.
And
but
this again is a completely useless item, so we're just showing you that it's here.
it's not useless. It's only useless if you're Dark Wraith, because Dark Wraith won't be able to make use of this because they can't sell the gold coin to Fram.
Now, I think what the gold coin was actually meant for was meant to be an item that you can give to people in PvP that they can just sell for Framt. So, you know, if you help someone out, they'll give you a gold coin, and then you can get a couple extra soul out of it.
Yeah.
That
So
may have
this
been
is when I noticed that I missed the gold coin, and we actually do have to go back down and get it. This is the first mistake I made in the painted world. I don't think I make any more. I mean, I'm fairly sure we do kill Priscilla first time, don't we? And cut her tail. So I'm fairly sure I don't make any more mistakes. Priscilla is not a difficult boss. Provided you stay on one side of the arena, you can pretty much see her. Her gimmick is that she goes invisible.
Yeah, so she's one of those bosses that initially seems impossible.
But yeah, if you stay to the left side of her boss room, like when you first enter, if you stay on that left side, it's covered in snow, so you can see her footprints, and when both of her feet stand side by side, that means she's going to attack. So that's when you want to get your shield up, and that's when you want to do some damage as well when she stands still. A good way to see Priscilla all the time is actually to hit her with a throwing knife or to shoot her with an arrow, because they float on her person. So even when she's invisible, you can still see where she is. Another good trick is that if you've got quite high level pyromancy, you want to drag her towards the back where old King Jeremiah's body is, because it's a narrow bridge and you can cast firewalls and tempests constantly, and you'll just do tons of damage to her. I think every single time she gets hit with a pillar of fire tempest, it does enough damage, it breaks her invincibility.
It might.
At least if you hit it with 2 or 3 anyway, it definitely does.
So the next thing to remember is that there is a bunch... No, I'm saying... yeah, you can cut Priscilla's tail off, which we also show you how to do, and you get Priscilla's dagger. With Priscilla's soul...
So this is the other way down, by the way. Percentile damage, you can survive it. We're going to sprint back to Bonfire, go human, and clean up the graveyard before advancing on through to Priscilla and going across the bridge. Now, if you...
There's a few items down here as well.
No, because that's the way down into the... Oh yeah, I forgot there's a left here.
Yeah. Now, Priscilla's soul can also be made into the Life Hunt Scythe. It's got the same moveset as the Great Scythe, but it does a ton of bleed damage, but it also builds up your bleed. So there is actually Dark Souls builds based around the Life Hunt Scythe, but really, if you're going to go for a bleed thing, just use the Gold Tracer, because it's super unbelievably overpowered.
Yeah, the Gold Tracer is incredibly quick, it's got a good amount of damage, and it's got really quick build up as well. So yeah, now I believe there's just that item to grab on the left, and then we go, well, Bonfire, grab that item on the left that we just cut down from that extra room, and then straight on to King Jeremiah, and then through Priscilla. So I believe at this point, did we look for a summon?
Nah, we didn't.
Did we not?
I think you were like, oh, let's just get a summon, but I was like, no, we need to cut the tail off, and then you're like, no, don't bother with cutting the tail off, and then I was like, no, we need to cut the tail off. So that's our
intelligence went to 12 out of the 14 we need it to be at for our cast light utility.
But I'm pretty sure that we used the farming technique to just get that anyway.
We used the farming technique to get our intelligence up, and to get enough souls for our pyromancy flame as well, I believe, as well. That maxed out.
I think we might do that. We upgrade our pyromancy flame using all the souls in this video, and then, or maybe in the next video, who knows. We do it at some point, but
you really want that pyromancy flame to be maxed out at Ascended +5 as soon as possible after you get the Lord Vessel.
Yeah, basically, because that's
when your pyromancy is going to start to do less damage, so when you ascend it, it'll do loads of damage.
Oh, by the way, I saw a guy doing a video where he one-hit, but he didn't one-hit kill, but he one-comboed Gwyn.
No, it's not too difficult.
The guy jumps in, he parries his first attack, uses Ricard's Rapier with Dark Moonblade, does the one combo on him, just kills him outright.
Yeah, I know, because Ricard's Rapier has all sorts of damage.
Which makes me realise he's using the pike with the Dark Moonblade.
No, it still won't. It's not worth it.
No, but he'll still do all the Dark Moonblade damage.
Yeah, I know, but the pike does such little damage, whereas Ricard Rapier does hundreds of fucking damage.
So yeah, that rope that we cut dropped down to humanity.
Yeah, that was the last item to grab. And the actual structure of Painted World, the rest of it is now quite
in the
simply
graveyard.
Yeah, so this is how you do the farm. You run around near them.
Are we doing it?
Yeah,
oh, we're doing it.
Okay. Once, and we hit them with the Chaos Firestorm. Try not to get our poise broken, because of course we'll have casted 3 pillars there. If you're wearing some poise, some medium armour.
Yeah, if you're doing this, you want to be wearing Havel's armour or something.
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah,
That's what you do. You just
need
do
to
that
watch
in the
out.
group and then clean up the rest of them. See?
Now,
Perfect.
something that I was wondering was why my poise kept breaking and I wasn't killing all of them when I done a Chaos Storm. Now what that is if you hit them, some of them will bounce into you, and no matter how much poise you've got, it'll still stagger you.
Yeah.
So that's just something to watch out for in case you're wondering why that's happening.
Yeah, you want to try and gather them round in a group and then cast your Firestorm. Hopefully they won't bounce into you, hopefully none of them hit you and stagger you, and you'll kill them all and you'll get, I think it's 7,000 souls or run.
It's about 8,000. Now you can do that about once every 30 seconds. It takes you about that long to run back, so that's you getting 16,000 souls a minute. It takes you like 15 minutes to get as much as you
the
can
most
spend.
efficient farming route.
Yeah,
It's
this is
available to you for time based on how many souls you get per minute. It is the best. It's 16,000 a minute.
Yeah, definitely.
So there's only a few things to pick up around this graveyard, and then because we're human, Phantom King Jeremiah should warp in, and we're gonna smash him really.
Yeah, we completely. I think there's one backstab to kill this thing.
Yep. There is one more item in the graveyard that's on the far left. It's the toxic smoke, the pyromancy, the toxic
Acid
surge.
touch.
Is it acid?
Yeah. Down in one,
Yep. So that's King Jeremiah dead.
and then we'll get his armor later on.
Yeah. So you pick up the notched whip off him right now, and what that is, it's a whip that
Causes bleed, I think.
yeah, I think causes bleed. It's just the exact same as the whip, but it's spiky, so it means they can't parry it. Also means that if you do parry, you can't riposte. Whips are dex-based weapons. They're really gimmicky. It's only if you really want to go, play an Indiana Jonesy kind of character or something like that. They're not viable in PvE or PvP in terms of efficiency or damage. So it is a really gimmicky weapon to use. I think we're going to go back to the bonfire and fix up our pyromancies for taking on Priscilla, get our storm recharged.
Now, initially, when we were taking on Priscilla, we wanted to cut her tail off, and I was like, what's the best way of doing this? Now, I was using the lightning halberd for the test build, and what happened was I ended up killing her really quickly, so I was like,
Yep, we need less damage.
So what we've done is...
we need less damage.
Yeah. So that's our intelligence at 14 now, which is absolutely great.
Phantom King Jeremiah gave us plenty, and we're still sitting with 10,000 souls to spare.
At this point, you may want to use the farming technique of running up in Chaos Storm in the Phalanx to get enough souls to be at the level that we are, just in case.
So you just make sure you get 30 vitality, 26 endurance, 16 strength, 12 dex, 19 attunement, and you want 14 intelligence as well on top of your 12.
Whatever we have there.
Yeah.
So what we've done is we switched our weapon to the Claymore. Now the Claymore's moveset was actually perfect for cutting her tail off.
Yep, because it's vertical slashes. It's vertical swipes when you two-hand the Claymore, and they do tons of cutting damage, which is fantastic. Especially since it's a greatsword, so it's got quite a bit of weight behind it. It does a lot of poise damage, and I think the tails are based on poise damage for when you cut them. It's at least the best reasoning I can think of as to why the halberd wouldn't work, whereas the Claymore would. Because the Claymore does a lot more for poise than
surely the
halberd
halberd would do more poise damage because of the
No,
lightning.
the Claymore would still do more poise damage because it's a fire Claymore, I believe, at this point.
Nah, it's just a normal Claymore.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe it is
Hence
something
why-
to do. Maybe it is to do with the attack type then.
Maybe.
Because
who
the
knows?
halberd is thrusting.
No, that's all. Yeah. So it might be slashing weapons do better for. So who knows?
Well, the Claymore works perfect. The Balder Side Sword works really good as well, actually, because it's one-handed attacks. It's light attacks or cuts, which are fantastically quick.
Yeah.
Balder Side Sword, favourite weapon in the game, can't help it. Deal with it.
So here we are off to Priscilla. We walk down here. Now when we pass, I think it's this archway.
Yep, enemies will start to spawn.
Yeah, it's a bunch of like 4 hollows. No, it's this archway. When we pass it, 4 hollows will drop down.
Yeah. I believe they climb the side of the bridge as well, for quite a while. See, there was one climbing there on the right just before you rolled.
Ah, yeah. So you want to take care of them because
yeah, and you want to be careful as well because you don't want to break your stamina because then they'll combo you and you'll roll all the way back into the Night of Baronique.
Now remember, the hollows here are more powerful than other hollows. So yeah, I mean, I might die here. I'm not sure.
I think you might.
No, I think I survived this, or the night actually fucks me up and it really irritated me. Guess we'll see. Okay, I'll probably just use Chaos Pyromancy on him actually.
Oh yeah, we did stop this so that we could try the Priscilla's tail, didn't we? That's how you got control.
Ah, yeah, it was.
You're wasting the fireball. Wasting all our pyromancies on a couple of fucking dafties like this. This guy's not that difficult. I mean, you get behind him and it's game over. And of course, if you don't let him heal. Plus, the lightning halberd really staggers him quickly as hell.
So
And as ever,
shard.
they can drop Titanite shards, large Titanite shards, the Great Sword, the Tower Knight shield,
Random bits of steel
or
armor.
they can drop the Great Axe as well. Even though they don't use the Great Axe, they can still drop it.
Oh, the phalanx can also drop spears and leather shields. Not that you give a fuck.
Well, the spear's not half bad, but you are much better with the partisan.
Or any other spear. The winged spear, the fucking
The
silver knight
wing
spear.
spear is great. I really like the wing spear.
It's just because it's a direct upgrade from the...
Yeah, and it looks better too.
No, it does look better. So here we are off to Priscilla. She won't attack you as soon as you walk in.
So you use this, in fact, if you want to do this first time, because if you walk in after you've already aggroed her, she will attack you as you enter the boss room. So right here is where the item kit will appear. You just have to quit and reload. Now when you quit and reload, you will appear outside Priscilla's boss gate, fog gate.
Do you?
Yeah, whenever you quit. When you reload back in, you're in front of Priscilla's fog gate. So if you are going for the tail and you have brought her down to 2 little health, instead of dying you can just quit and then redo the boss fight.
Huh.
That's how I managed to get the tail for every single boss in one playthrough. Because I just kept quitting at the boss fog, but I hadn't got the tail yet. I done it with Seath.
Didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you can just quit and you appear outside the boss
Wait,
fog.
you can quit when you're playing against in a boss fight?
Yeah. You never have to die in this game ever.
I had no idea you could quit when you're in a boss fight.
Yeah. That's how you can do the quick cheat with the Bed of Chaos, where you blow up one side, quit out,
yeah,
and then
good
go
point.
down. Yeah. So yeah, with the Bed of Chaos, you always run to the right, take that route, quit out, because on the left there's a bit where he can't hit you, where you just get to fire an arrow and break the other route,
So-
and then you quit out and run down the middle.
Hit a tail if you can.
Yeah. So you see there, only the first attack we done had any sort of damage on her. That's because while she's transitioning from visible into invincible, then you can't really do any damage. If
So
you do enough damage, you'll stagger her.
It's actually not enough
And she'll
damage,
break
it's just if you
invincibility.
hit her enough times. So that's where you remember it.
It's
Just
damage. I've seen people go all at her with a bandit dagger, and it's taken them until she's about half health before she's broken invincibility.
maybe it's poise damage then for
It
this.
is poise.
Who knows?
It is
The-
poise
the
because
point
it's
is, I know
when
f-
she's staggered, invincibility breaks. You also want to avoid that mist. She'll blow a kiss and it blows a mist. That will stagger and it damages over time as well, and it's quite a significant damage from it. So there you go, Priscilla's tail.
It's
Simple
really
as
as
that.
easy as that.
Yeah, Priscilla's not got a whole lot of health, so at this point she is quite vulnerable to what we're going to do to her. It sounds a lot more perverse than I wanted it to, but yeah, she's incredibly vulnerable in this state. She's not really a difficult boss, you just got to be careful. If
She's
she
difficult
combos
if
you-
she's invisible,
If
but
she combos you, you're definitely dead.
oh yeah.
Because the bleed build, it's bleed 500, which means you lose 50% of your maximum HP gets taken off you directly, and by then you're already down at like 40% of your health because she's 2 hit you.
Yeah.
The third hit bleeds you out, and then that's game. So she is difficult in the essence of she can kill you quickly. So what's left of the video to do now that we've taken on Priscilla? So I don't know how long this goes on for.
Me neither. So I guess we'll be winging this part. So that's every item and every soul packet and everything in here. Oh, it goes on for another 10 minutes.
Is it?
Yeah.
We'll find it when it shuffles to the next screen.
Yeah.
Apparently it won't let us scroll, so we'll just need to wait. But yeah, if you jump off this
Without either talking to her or attacking her, then
back to the bonfire you go.
yeah, because I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, you haven't triggered that teleportation system for whatever reason.
So that was.
So yeah, that was the Painted World. No wait, I think we got about clear up Anor Londo here. Do we not? Do we not take on Gwendolyn?
Nope, that was in the last. That was in the Anor Londo video.
Was that in the Anor Londo video?
So we don't homeward bone, because don't homeward bone. They trick you here by giving you a homeward bone.
Yeah,
and
if you homeward bone, you end up back in the Painted World, and that bonfire is cut off from every other bonfire. You need to run through the entire thing again.
Yeah.
And you need to go through Priscilla's boss fog. She will be dead, but you still need to go through the boss room so you can leave the Painted World. So the homeward bone is a bit of a haha fuck you on the side of the developers.
Yeah.
So we're just going to ring a fog and bolt, because after we get far enough away they lose aggro immediately, which is great.
Yeah.
So I think I get sick of this guy.
Does he run away? Does he just no? Okay.
Nah.
Or-
I believe I go for a little square goal and we try to jump attack him. I think I came out better off in that situation.
I think so. Okay, so we're going to go down to Dartmouth to then warp to wherever it is we're going to go in this video.
Yeah, you really want to get a bonfire as soon as possible, because if you don't want to use that homeward bone and forget, oh shit, I'm away back at the Painted World, and then you're stuck in there until you run through it all over again.
Exactly.
It's a brilliant area. Arseholes.
Bastards.
I know. But Yeah, so that's us showing you how to quickly go through the painted world. I mean, all the stuff we done there is completely optional. The quickest way through it is to quite simply jump off into the courtyard, run straight past the phalanx, and run up the staircase. Take on the dragon straight to Priscilla. You'll be able to breeze through the painted world in about 10 minutes. But what you will miss out on
is all the great items.
About, and I would hazard a guess, it's going to be near enough in the 200,000 soul region before you even touch soul packets. I'd say it'd be around about the 200,000 soul region.
We did get a lot of
souls. Tons. To the point where even after we kill Priscilla and we leave, we still had about 60,000 souls on us, and we've not even touched the soul packets, and we get at least 4 of them from the graveyard. And they're not even small soul packets, they're all fairly big ones, 2k and above.
Yeah.
So it's a very good area.
Pop all of them.
Yeah, it's a very good area. Look at it, I've got 6 souls of a proud knight. A soul of a brave warrior, sorry. It's mental. It's one of those areas where you really should take your time going through it, because look, we're at 45,000 now. Look where we end up by the time we're finished popping these soul packets. It is mental. I love the painted world for farming.
Yeah, I mean, as we've said before, souls in packet form are much better than just souls floating about.
Yeah, I believe we've also got a Firekeeper soul to get rid of after clearing up Anor Londo.
Maybe, who knows? Don't know what the fuck. I mean, I really cannot remember what it is we're doing, so we're kind of winging this part of the video.
I think we are going Firekeeper soul right now.
Must be. Are we? No, we're not. We're doing something.
Oh, we're going down to the Pyromancy Flame to get that maxed out.
That's what we're doing. We must have enough.
I believe at this point we had enough to get the Pyromancy Flame maxed out by all our spells, so we can also get Fire Tempest, which is the best Pyromancy spell in the game by means of damage for speed. Because Fire Tempest casts quicker than any other Firestorm, including the Chaos Firestorm, and it does a ton of damage. But the Chaos Firestorm is technically better because it does leave the residue, which deals 33% damage, and it leaves hundreds of it.
Yeah.
It leaves residue for every pillar, and you use 17 pillars at a time. So,
and I mean, Fire Tempest is really good in the sense that it's not that the casting is quicker; it's when the pillars come up out the ground, it's much faster than the other ones.
Yeah.
Like, so it is really good in that sense. I mean, Fire Tempest is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, in PvP, you really need to think quickly on your toes when someone casts a Fire Tempest. If you're too close, you need to get lucky and roll like mental. Because it is a very small delay between showing the glow from the pillars being fully extended and doing maximum damage.
No one ever gets hit with a Fire Tempest in PvP.
Yeah, they do. I've hit plenty of people.
Really?
Yeah, especially when you're in Anor Londo and you get them trapped in a bridge.
Okay, I mean, yeah, maybe then, but
Anor Londo is a perfect place for, especially inside the main cathedral. Inside the main palace building is just fantastic for firestorms because it's full of little narrow walkways and stuff, especially the platform in the boss room. That's fantastic.
So we're in Blighttown again. Yay.
Yeah. I think at this point I try to take a shortcut through there.
There's no shortcut, you can
there
just
is a shortcut from here. You can actually, when you drop down again, see dead ahead there's that gap in the wooden wall. Right there, you can roll off that and land on the wheel. And that takes you. That pretty much takes you to the bottom. You can get down through. You can get from the top to the bottom of Blighttown in about 30 seconds if you.
Oh, you're cutting out basically nothing at that stage.
No, if you do your time right, then you're sorted. I remember the last time we were down here when I outsmarted that little idiot.
Yeah, if you want to see something cool, watch the Blighttown via Firelink video, and it starts right at the beginning of it. You can't miss it. You'll know what we're talking about.
It's brilliant. I dare say that was one of my finer moments.
Yeah. So okay, now we're off to Quelaag. Hopefully I think we have enough souls at this point to upgrade it fully.
More than enough souls, I think. Even if we don't, we just go back to Painted World and farm for 5 minutes.
Yeah. So we talked to her.
Pop another moss just to get rid of this poison because it's a pain in the ass. So time to talk to Quelaag.
After we have all this.
Yeah, so we were at 45,000. Let's just see where we end up. Wait. I don't think we've got enough to upgrade it fully, but we definitely got majority of the way there anyway.
Yeah.
Because that's us almost doubled our soul packet, how many souls we had on us, and we've still got 6 Proud Knight souls to go through.
God, that's like what?
That's not 12,000, is it not?
Yeah, something like that. No, even more than that, it's like 18.
No, Proud Knight souls are 2,000, there's 6 of them. So that
I thought it was 3,000.
No, that's Brave Warrior.
Alright.
Nah, Soul of a Great Hero. I hate the fact there's only one of them.
That's 2.
There's one.
There's two.
There's one of them.
There's
It's in the Duke's archives.
There's
After you
definitely
kill
no.
them.
There's definitely two Soul of a Great Hero.
No, there's one.
There is. There's two.
I was
So
expecting.
we're sitting at 96,000, so we've doubled our souls and then some,
Yeah.
just from leaving after killing Priscilla, so we'd have quite a bit on us. I think we get up to Ascension.
Oh yeah, I think we managed to ascend it, and then that's it.
Yeah, we should manage to ascend it. Yeah, we do. We get it ascended. No, we don't. We get it to plus 15. Weapon Ascension costs 25 grand. Alright, so I think we do. This is at the point where we go farming.
Nah, this is right then, so this is got to be us running off to the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, between at the end of this video and the start of the next one, like that timeline that is between those videos, what we do there is we do a lot of farming off camera because we don't want to show you us running back and forth from a bonfire to the phalanx every 30 seconds just try to get souls up. So by the time the next video hits, do your best to get by the time you go through to the next area, do your best to get your Pyromancy Flame ascended to +5 and to get yourself leveled up to run about where we are. If you've already got to where we are, you can probably think about putting more points into Vitality, round your endurance up to 30, and once don't go past the 50 Vitality thresh zone, don't go past the 40 endurance thresh zone either, because then you get really shitty scaling for your points from then on in.
Yeah, it's just not worth putting.
Yeah, I'd say stop at 40 Vitality, stop at 35 endurance. It's more than you're ever going to need, especially with Ring of Favour and Protection on.
Yeah, definitely.
And your strength and dex, put your strength up to 20 and your dex up to 16, I suppose, because we do end up doing that, so we can use the Obsidian Sword from the DLC. That's only if you get the DLC do that.
Oh, the Obsidian Sword is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a direct upgrade from the Drake Sword. It does like twice the damage and it has an AoE, which is just brilliant.
Just to reiterate, we are doing the DLC as well.
Oh yeah,
that'll definitely be coming, and we fucking smash it.
Yeah, are we putting the DLC up before we put up the Gwyn video? I think we should. Yeah, we're good.
It goes DLC then Gwyn.
Yeah, we're going to get all 4 of the Lord Souls. We're going to get to the point where we can take on Gwyn, where we get access to his area, and then we're going to go do the DLC because there's nothing else to do in the game other than kill Gwyn. The DLC doesn't take long. I mean, we get the DLC down in like 3-4 videos, was it?
Max 5. If that.
It wouldn't even be 5 because it would be what's his name?
Yeah, there's a boss in every one, so.
Yeah, so it would be Calamite, Manus, and Artorias, and Sanctuary Guardian.
I think it's Sanctuary Guardian and Artorias in 1.
Yeah, I think it is because Sanctuary Guardian's right away.
So it might even be 3, who knows.
Yeah, it could be 3 videos, but we do manage to get.
So that's us there. What we done there is we quickly rested at the
Firelink bonfire because it's the main one.
No, not the Firelink bonfire. The bonfire down at
the Daughter of Chaos.
Daughter of Chaos, and then we rested at that so we can warp to it later on. We came back to Firelink
because we forgot to unlock that when we took on Ceaseless.
Yeah, and that is us for this video. The next one is Valley of the Drakes, and then that will be us onto Darkroot Basin.
Yep.
And Valley of the Drakes is small, but
yeah, Valley of the Drakes is a tiny area.
Yeah, if you liked the video, rate, comment, subscribe, and hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next video.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.